There's an old saying in Southern folklore that mirrors remember what they've seen. That's why the living once covered them after death, to keep the soul from mistaking its own reflection for the way back. But sometimes it isn't the dead who linger in the glass. Sometimes it's the grief itself that won't let go. In a quiet town where the kudzu has nearly swallowed the sidewalks, there stands a house with a porch that dips to one side. Its paint has faded to the color of cigarette ash, and the lattice below is filled with wasp nests and ghosts of cats long gone. The house isn't haunted, not in the usual way, but the porch is. For as long as anyone can remember, people have found mirrors there. Not every day, not every year, just every so often when the weather turns unseasonably cold or when the air smells too much like rain. The mirrors appear overnight, always leaned against the same post beside the swing. Handheld ones, dressing mirrors, even a shard big enough to show half a face. No one's ever seen who leaves them. The first was found in the spring of 1952. The woman who lived there, Mrs. Keener, thought a neighbor must have dropped it by mistake. She brought it inside, wiped it clean, and hung it above the fireplace. 2 days later, she said she saw a child in it, not her own, but a boy in overalls standing ankle deep in water, eyes turned towards something burning behind him. She took it down that night and set it back on the porch. By morning, it was gone. After that, the house sat empty for a while. People said they heard humming on that porch, low and tuneless, like someone trying to remember a melody they'd forgotten. When a new family moved in during the late 60s, they found another mirror waiting. The father took it to the dump. He said the moment he set it in the truck bed, the rear view mirror filled with fog. The dump was a mile away, but he got turned around 3 times before finding it. When he came home, the mirror was back on the porch. So he built a bonfire that night and broke it into pieces. The neighbors watched the glass curdle and scream in the heat, the silver backing running like tears. But a week later, the same frame, blackened, cracked, but whole, leaned once again against the porch post. He moved his family before summer started. And now years passed. The house changed hands and then stopped changing. Grass took the yard, vines took the railings, and people forgot the place except as a landmark. Like, turn left at the house with the porch. Still, the mirror would return now and again. Teenagers dared each other to look into it after dark. Some said they saw that boy. Others swore it showed them standing behind themselves, turned just slightly, like a shadow one step out of sync. There's a theory among the old folk around there that the mirror doesn't belong to any one family. It's a vessel, a keepsake for something that drowned during the floods when the river changed course. A mirror, after all, is a kind of a shallow water. It catches a soul the same way a pond does, just deep enough to show what's missing. So if you ever drive that road at night, you'll know the house before you see it. Your headlights will catch the porch swing, empty, but moving, and then the flash of silver, sometimes whole, sometimes shattered. The glass never stays broken for long. If you pull over and walk closer, you'll notice the air grows still. You might even see your reflection waiting where it shouldn't have been, facing you though you haven't even stepped in front of it yet. Don't touch it. Don't bring it inside. Mirrors on porches aren't lost things looking for a home. They're invitations. And whoever they're meant for has already been gone a long time ago. They say the mirror only leaves once it's found the right face to keep inside it. This has been Papa G, and you've been listening to Folklorium, the online magazine brought to life, which you can read at folklorium.com. You can also tune into my podcast, The Feral Folklorist, where each episode explores a real haunting, folktale, or magical belief, and then digs into the spellcraft, superstition, and shadow work behind it. And if you'd like to help keep these stories going, please consider visiting my Patreon at patreon.com/PapaG for exclusive magical content.